Hi, Macy. Hi, Rob Tarantolo.
Macy, nice to meet you.
Great to see you again.
Hi, Macy. Pearson Brown. Nice to see you again.
So thanks for taking the time to meet with us today.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to meet with you. It was a great meeting with you and interacting with you at the career fair. Did you find some good talent while you were there?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, good. Now, you mentioned you were from A&M.
Yes.
You went to school there, and we're both from Baylor. And we were wondering, there's one thing we know that all Aggies are super passionate about, and that's their fried chicken. So we got to ask you, Lanes or Canes? Which one do you prefer?
Canes.
Canes? Okay.
Canes.
See, I'm the same way because all we have in Waco is Canes.
Yeah.
So I felt loyal to that.
Yeah. And so for me, I guess being from Houston, driving home through Waco would always stop and meet friends at Lanes just for the atmosphere. So
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
I got, that's a big discussion in college station. Lanes or Canes? But no, I'm definitely Canes.
Good.
Fair enough.
Good. Yeah.
Good answer.
So, as a part of your job as just top talent acquisitionist, we assumed you visit a lot of career fairs. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
And so, when you do visit a career fair, if you were to come across someone who just really is top talent, excellent grades, very passionate people person, someone who you really feel like could make a difference, what do you do when you see that top talent?
Definitely get their information, and after talking to them and really getting to know them, I typically follow up with them and definitely want to keep in contact with them, especially if they're not graduating until, if it was a fall career fair and they're not graduating until May, you could keep in contact with them, so you can follow up and
Sure.
yeah.
Great.
Sure, so you pursue them?
Yeah, for sure,
Okay. Good.
yeah. They're a good candidate.
Right, and we couldn't agree more. You see something that your company needs, you need to pursue it for the betterment of that company.
Exactly.
And in today's business world, we don't think that talent just comes in the form of a person. We think that even business solutions can be top talent, and that's what we believe we have here with ADPs. We have top talent payroll that would be a great fit for PLS.
Awesome.
And I guess just to make sure, are we still good for 15 minutes today?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. And so what I wanted to do first is just summarize some of the information we learned from you last time we met, and then work towards seeing if PLS and ADP really could create a winning team. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
So PLS was founded in 1991 and stretching from Arizona to Texas up to Pennsylvania and back down to Florida. It's really just a testament to y'all's success. You said you were planning on adding 100 employees within the next 24 months to go up to 625, I believe. Great. And so when you at PLS do see top talent, what are the key metrics that you use to evaluate that talent?
So, what do we look for in a candidate? Honestly, I don't know if there's anything specific on a resume that we look for, since it's a sales position. Me especially, since I recruit for the sales position, it's definitely more personality based. So, outgoing, money motivated, hardworking, competitive. It's really that, outstanding personality.
Right. And so I think that's so true with us at ADP, because even though ADP is just a form of technology, we really think it is something that's very competitive and very just where we're willing to be hardworking for you to ultimately push that money drive. Does that sound good to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So I just want to ask you a couple questions about your payroll. You may not be too familiar with it, but are you familiar with the current payroll provider?
I don't know. If we have an internal system. It's paper-based.
Okay, got it.
And then how often do you receive a paycheck?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly? And then from that, do you spend any time yourself going through it to just see for accuracy or taxes or 401k?
Yeah, I look at the pay stubs, but other than that, not really. Yeah.
Right. I know when I first started getting checks, I knew how much I was supposed to be making, and then a third of it was gone to taxes. I wanted to go back and see, where's all my money going?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Do you ever, I know that you visit a lot of career fairs, correct? And those are all sometimes in non-traditional business hours. Do you ever log overtime when going to those?
No.
No overtime? Okay. Do you know anybody at your company that logs overtime, or does PLS have any hourly employees?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then in terms of actually making a payroll switch, if we were to feel like this is a good fit, what would the next step be for us?
I would have to present it to a couple of people who would then bring it up to Scott. So it would kind of have to go through multiple steps.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, we'd like to show you how ADP runs on a user standpoint.
Okay.
So you, as your current role, would be going through and maybe looking at their pay stubs. So this is a copy of the Princeton Review. They're partnered with us, and they allow us to show them to show people their payroll. So this is an actual person's payroll. This isn't a demo we've created to make ourselves look good. This is it. And are you familiar with the Princeton Review at all?
Meh.
Okay. I know. Did you? I think during the career fair we saw 4.0 Go, and you mentioned that you
Yes.
used to work for them,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
I think Princeton Review and them do a little bit of competing.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and show you a pay statement, how easy it is. So this is after I've logged on, which is just your email address and your password.
Okay.
Then I hit Pay and Taxes and go to Pay Statements. And now this has this person gets paid every 2 weeks. So they have the past 2 weeks gone through for their pay statements. And all you have to do is click one, and then within the 3 clicks of getting there, you have your pay stub. So you can see how much is being taken out for taxes, how much is being reduced for your 401k, anything that you could be looking for. Is there anything certain you look for when seeing?
No, probably
No.
just those things. Yeah.
Just those things? Okay, so it's that easy, and it's right there, and you're able to download that so you can keep it for personal records, or you can leave it on here to see whenever you wanted to.
Awesome.
Now, if anyone in your company did ever need to input overtime, if they were working more for whatever reason, it's this is what they would do for that. So if ever you do come into a time where you need to input overtime, we're going to show you how easy it is for that there.
Perfect.
So all you have to do is find the date. It updates every week. So it starts Saturday, goes to Friday, updates every week. And all you have to do is click on the day you want and input your time. So for Tuesday, I got out at 5:30, or I got in at 5:30, and then when I got out was 7:30. I punch in 7:30. I click that I was at a career fair from a drop-down menu, and it's that simple. So it's that easy from a user standpoint.
Awesome.
Do you agree that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
easy?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Great.
we're excited about it because it's very easy and user friendly. And we like to think that logistics don't always come in terms of just moving from point A to point B as quickly as possible. That there's so many ways to eliminate inefficiency and waste in a business. And by doing this really allows you to create that transparency with your managers and really make sure y'all are on the same page in terms of how many hours you're working, because, I mean, we all know how hard we work, so it's only fair that we get appropriately compensated for
For
that.
sure. Yes.
So as your role as a recruiter, you're supposed to bring in assets to the company, correct?
Yeah.
Do you see ADP as a possible asset that could benefit your company?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Good. Well, I'm glad you think that, and we know that Scott is going to ask to hear about our meeting and what you learned today. So we got this packet for you with a couple points to help you remember, what ADP is about, and a couple good quotes about it.
It goes into just a little more detail about our company, such as how 80% of Fortune 100 companies use us, as well as even provides just some examples from some other clients that we use about your same size to show how it really does simplify them, even though they're very spread out across the country, such as you.
Cool.
And something that I picked up from that brochure when I started training is that 1 in 6 paychecks are ADP checks, and that shows how vast our company is and our reach. Just like PLS, and in the short, less than 25 years that y'all been around, y'all been able to stretch from Texas to Pennsylvania to Arizona and grow so much. And we know that you want to grow more, and we're going to show you that ADP is able to scale with you on that.
Perfect.
And so just as we do move forward, if you feel like we're at the point where we should set up an appointment with Scott, is there anything else that we would need to cover in order to make that meeting a win?
Not that I would say. Like I said, you would probably have to go through a couple of other people
Sure.
and a couple of different steps, and they might be able to help you more along the way. Because since I'm just kind of like the first step here.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
What is the next step then in the process?
We have our director of HR, Leah, and Nick, who is our CFO. They deal more with payroll than me, and so what I would do is probably present the idea to them. If they like it and are open to it, they would probably want to meet with y'all and then go from there. So have you present with them, and then if, like I said, if they like the idea, bring it to Scott and see whether he was interested.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell us a little about Leah and what she finds important? Do you know those qualities and what she finds?
I mean, she's the director of HR, like I said, so I'm not exactly 100% sure what she would be looking for. Definitely something, I would say, effective, reliable, efficient.
And for Nick, the CFO, do you know what he would find important in a payroll software?
I would say probably around the same thing.
And then would you be able to provide us with the contact information for them so we can take that next step and start that conversation?
Definitely, yeah. But first, I have a couple of questions for y'all.
Sure.
Since this is on the internet, and we're going from our paper-based days, how can you ensure that hackers won't get into the system, that our employees' information is secure?
Right, so we have top-notch security. Security is something that we find very important because we are dealing with people's personal information. They have their social security numbers on here, and identity theft is becoming so huge since people can attack from just any random computer. They're able to do that. And we make sure to invest in the top-line security and continue to pay white hat hackers, which are people who are trying to exploit companies to help them out. And we continue to employ those to find out holes in our security system to continuously better our security so we stay a couple steps ahead of the people who have malicious intentions trying to hack into our system.
And furthermore, everything that is on this is password protected. So you would have your personal password, and then in order for it to be finally approved after that, it would then have to go through a manager's perspective. So it's that second added level of security.
Awesome.
Right. And what may have been a little bit confusing is that I already signed in when I opened it out. So normally I would have to put in my password, who I would never share with anyone to make sure.
Awesome, great. And I know that you're wanting me to refer this to Leah and Nick, and what do you think for me personally? How can that help me in my personal brand with MPLS?
Well, within general, just the payroll system, it's very simple for you. That's why we wanted to show you from the user standpoint just how easy it is for you, and we hope it's something you were able to get excited about, how you can really just create that transparency immediately and know exactly what you're being paid for. And then second of which, it's something that, as someone who is required to bring in top talent, we think this is an exciting way to bring in something other than just a college recruit, a way that can really not just have an impact in one area of the company, but talent that can impact the entire company almost instantly.
And I think this can really help your brand, your personal brand within your company, because your managers and even the executive level managers are going to recognize that you're a recruiter who wants to help the company, and you can differentiate yourself from other recruiters that you're coworkers with from bringing in different business solutions and not just top talent in a person sense. You can bring in top talent from a business solution sense.
For sure. Awesome. Cool.
Good. Well, can we answer any more of your questions there?
That is all I had. Yeah.
Okay. And based on based on what you've seen here, do you think you believe in the ADP payroll system?
But yeah, I think that Nick and Leah would love to have more information and be able to pass that on to Scott eventually. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
And would you mind if we could get their contact information?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know that I have. You know what I can do is I can give you my card. And,
Okay.
Like I said, I can present it to them, and I would probably be part of the next meeting as well.
Absolutely.
So if it's something that they're open to, we could just kind of go from there.
It's good, and thank you for mentioning that you would be part of the next step, because we would like to keep you in the process, because this could be a win for you personally as a win for PLS, because you are the one recruiting this and bringing in this cost-saving solution.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
Great. So is there anything else we should do towards setting up the next appointment with you?
Well, I can bring the idea and presentation to Nick and Leah, and from there, y'all want to get back to me, I can tell you what their thoughts are and schedule something from there.
Sure. So would you like if maybe we could set up an appointment in 2 weeks with all 5 of us? Would that be all right?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
with all 5 of us,
Sure.
yeah, that'd be perfect.
How does next Friday afternoon sound for you?
Great.
Perfect.
Okay.
I would have to check their schedules, but if everyone's good, then perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Macy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
It's
y'all.
great seeing you again.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed
Hopefully we bump past at the next career fair.
For
Maybe get
sure.
some canes afterwards.
Yeah, perfect. That's
So,
nice to meet
thank you
you.
very much.